Hi there guys, welcome back to episode 20 of my Johto Solo Run series. Today, as you can see wiggling in front of you, giving ourselves a little dance, we have Lugia, the box art legendary of Pokemon Silver. I think this is going to be a very good run. We might have our quickest Pokemon yet. Let's have a look at the stats. So we start off with a base stat total of 680, which is phenomenal. This might be the highest base stat total we've ever done a run with so far. And of course, we're going to go with our name, which is Brown. Can't put full Retrobrown in there, just we don't have enough characters. We're going to change our text speed to fast, the battle scene off, and that helps us with solo running, so skip out some of them frames and get that quicker time that we want. We're going to have Totodile as a rival because majority of our moves aren't going to be super effective against it. We've got a lot of water moves, we've got psychic moves. We could learn Thunder and Zap Cannon, but they're not the most accurate moves, so I might not even use them. But let's have a talk about Lugia. We just one-shotted his Totodile there using Aeroblast, which is a stab 100% accurate, 95% accurate, 100 power move, flying type, which is stab for us because we're psychic flying. And moving into Falconer as well, it's all we're going to need to get past his Pokemon. Even though we're level 8, 2 Aeroblast is more than enough to take down the Pidgeotto, and this is the lowest level we've actually managed to beat Falconer at so far. Level 9, and we can move on to Azalea as quick as we want. So the rival here is going to be more of a problem than before. Yes, we've got moves which are going to be super effective against him. Well, not super effective, but will actually hit a Ghost-type Pokemon. But Aeroblast is such a powerful move. It takes out 2 of his Pokemon in one hit. Next up though is the Croconaw. It's a little bit more bulkier than his previous 2, so he's going to take 2 Aeroblasts to take him down. We have taught ourselves Swift just as a backup move, but it's not a problem whatsoever. We're level 15, we can go into Bugsy, we can see how we do against him. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very easy fight. Flying type Pokemon are super effective against Bug. So that means all we really need to do is Aeroblast our way through, pick up some experience, and the Cypher, not even going to be a problem even though we're a Psychic type. Aeroblast takes it out in 1. And last up is Kakuna, of course. We're going to Aeroblast, I know, it's such a diverse strategy. And we beat Bugsy, we can move on to Whitney. We're not even a couple minutes into this video right now and we are already at Whitney. Usually by the time I'm talking about Whitney, we're maybe about 5-6 minutes into this video. We're only at 3 minutes right now, so this just shows how quick it was and how little footage I had to actually put this together because we just tore through this game so quickly. And we take out the Clefairy in 1 hit. Miltank actually does manage to tank a hit. So now it goes down to 3 Aeroblasts to take it out. I didn't realise that it would take that many, but we still managed to beat Whitney 2 levels lower than her Miltank. Which brings us on to Morty. He has 4 Pokemon to contend with, and he has Shadow Ball on his Gengar, which is super effective against us. We're level 24 going into this fight. We have now learned Gust from level 22. Lugia learns new moves every 11 levels, so there's some of these moves that we probably won't even get to see in this entire run, because I reckon we're going to do this at quite a low level. The Gengar comes out, Aeroblast is going to do big damage, and we do get put to sleep, so this is not looking great right now. But because we're a Psychic type Dream It doesn't do very much damage, we can stall out until we wake up, and 1 more Aeroblast is going to be more than enough to take down that Gengar. Last up he has his Haunter, and so far we've managed to get through 4 gym leaders without taking a single loss. This is how powerful Lugia actually is. And the next gym leader, of course, is going to be even better than that. Chuck, of course, is a fighting type gym leader, which means that Aeroblast is going to be super effective against both his Pokemon. I want to know if we can take them out both with 1 hit though, so let's see. Aeroblast. It's a 1-shot against the Primeape, and we move up to level 30. Poliwrath comes out, and his Aeroblast, it's not a 1-shot. That's very surprising. That is actually very surprising that is not a 1-shot. It's a signature move, and yet it didn't take it out in 1. Very interesting. So, the next gym leader is going to be Jasmine. And this is where things start going wrong for us, really. Magnemites have got Thunderbolt, which is super effective against us. We do have Surf, which will do about half damage on them. We don't get hit by... Well, we do get hit by Thunder Wave. Of course we get hit by Thunder Wave. And it's going to... Wow, Thunderbolt does so much damage. Yeah. We actually lost against Jasmine. It took us till the 6th gym, to actually lose our very first attempt. But I still think it's more than possible to do this at level 30. As long as we can get good damage ranges against the Magnemites, we can take them out quite quickly. Steelix comes out, Surf is going to be super effective against it as well. Iron Tail does do a lot of damage, but as long as it misses 1 HP, that is lucky. So we do manage to take out Jasmine at level 30. It took us 2 attempts, but hey, I still think we're going very, very good. We watch Lance, Hyper Beam and Passerby, and we move on to the Rocket side quest. We need to do this before we can actually beat Price. And looking at the time in the video, we've only just got past the 6-minute mark, and we're already talking about Price and the Rocket side quest. We go into this fight, and we're already poisoned, we're on low HP. It's still not a problem for us though. We've got Recover, we learned that at level 33. And Recover becomes one of the most important moves that we do in this run. It means even at those lower levels, we've got longevity in the battles. Gust is a decent move to have, even though Aeroblast is, of course, much stronger. But Gust has a lot more PP, so in these longer drawn-out battles, it's better to have Gust instead of wasting all your PP on the Pokemon it doesn't matter on. So when we finally get through to Price, we actually do have a type disadvantage here. He's an Ice-type trainer, we're a Flying-type Pokemon. So the Seal comes out. We're going to go for complete power in this fight. Aeroblast enough to take down the Seal. Is it enough to take down the Dugong? No. It misses, and we get hit by Aurora Beam. But it's still not enough to take out Dugong in one. So that's starting to get a bit worrying that we're not dealing as much damage out as I thought we might be. I mean, to be fair, Flying type moves are physical, and our physical stat is one of our worst at base 90. Same with the special attack. To be fair, Lugia is quite a weird Pokemon. It's defensively bulkier than it is offensively strong. It means we can tank a lot of hits from both defense and special defense. We can outspeed a lot of things, but in terms of the damage output, it actually lacks a bit more than what you would think. We've got a very good HP stat at 106. And yeah, it creates a nice balance. It's actually nice to have a run like this every now and then. When you've done so many runs where you've had really low speed, you've struggled a lot, it's actually nice to do a run where everything is so easy, you can just sweep through very quickly. And of course for me, it means I can create a video very, very quickly, edit it really, really quickly, and get it out very, very quickly. So we move on to the rival in the underground. We are not taking much damage at all. We're level 38. This is the lowest we've been for this point in the game ever. And even though we are level 39, we are levels above his Pokemon. It's just because there's so many mandatory battles you have to do before this point. That's the reason why we're at level 39. The executive in the top of the radio tower as well is not going to be a problem whatsoever. We do have Surf as on our moveset, and he has 2 fire Pokemon. So this is actually going to be quite an easy fight. If we do get hit by a Crunch though, that will do a lot of damage. Because we are a Psychic type Pokemon, Dark type moves are super effective. As you can see there, Bite in itself did half of our remaining HP. And we just got Coffin left. So we're going to go for Aeroblast on the Coffin, do big damage, and we can move on to Claire. Now this is going to be an interesting one because we don't actually have any moves that are super effective against her Pokemon. We don't learn... Well, we could learn Blizzard, we could learn Icy Wind. But, yeah, Icy Wind, it's a decent move. It's not the greatest. And it leaves us open there to get Paralyzed. None of her Pokemon really have a good answer for Lugia apart from the Thunderbolt, which doesn't really do that much damage. Our special defense is really high right now. So we've now got 2 Pokemon left to go against. We've just leveled up to level 44. And from here we can actually learn Hydro Pump. But I don't want that move if I'm being honest. Surf is more reliable in terms of accuracy. So I'm going to keep Surf over Hydro Pump this time around. We already have one move in our arsenal that's only got 5 PP. And because it's a stab move, I'd rather keep Aeroblast over Hydro Pump. Because of Recover, we can stall out this battle to keep it in our favour. We do recover a lot of HP by doing this. Aeroblast is going to do good damage against the Kingdra. Two of them is going to be more than enough to take it out though. So we have a first time victory against Claire, and we can move on to Victory Road where we have our last battle against the rival. And yeah, we are just sailing through this game with Lugia. I don't really like showing the random trainer battles as we go through unless there's really a funny one that I've really messed up on, and I feel like you guys kind of enjoy those blunders that I make. But with this run, there was really not many points where we did anything wrong. We've used the right moves at the right times. We've kept our HP up. We've consistently won. Last time we lost was Jasmine. So we've only had one loss so far in this entire run. And that's going to continue on. We don't really have... We maybe have one or two more resets, but other than that, we do really, really well with Lugia. We sail through this entire game. Even when we're against the Haunter, he uses Mean Look. If we went for Curse, we might have actually had a chance to lose this fight. Shadow Ball doesn't do very much. And it brings us on to the final two Pokemon. First up is Kadabra. He's always going to go for Future Sight, but that gives us an opportunity to use Surf. He goes to Recover, and a second Surf takes him out. So we need to keep an eye on that Future Sight coming in. So I'm going to go for Recover here. Slash does big damage. We don't get hit by Future Sight, and we can start recovering back up. So there's not really much that Feraligatr can do, even if it does crit. Our defense is just that good that he can't deal out enough damage. And that's the rival beaten in Victory Road. That means we can move on to Elite Four now and see how quickly we can progress through here to get to that champion status. First up is the Xatu against Will, and we do have Icy Wind here, just super effective move. Doesn't do that much damage because it's only, 65 base power. We really should put Blizzard on the moveset, but I don't really want too many moves where I've only got 5 PP. We could have went and got Steel Wing of all moves, but to be fair, I didn't really see a need for Steel Wing. It's not a stab move, it's not going to be massively useful in the Elite Four. There's only a handful of Pokemon where Steel is actually a preferable type choice to be using. If anything, Steel's best in this generation just for the defensive capabilities. And I will be interested to do a Skarmory run when it finally comes up on the wheel. It's not many times where you actually get a Skarmory to use in these games, so it'd be interesting to see how well it actually does as a solo run. When we finally get to the remaining Pokemon, Xatu goes down with Icy Wind, and we've got Slowbro to contend with next. Now Aeroblast is going to be our best move to use here. It is defensively bulky, but we do get a critical hit and he only goes for Amnesia. One Surf. Oh, he tanks a Surf. That's interesting. We are level 47, so we're not too many levels above his Pokemon. And Executor is weak to Ice. We're going to go with Ice. It would have been weak to Aeroblast as well, but I wanted to keep some PP of that because I know the Pokemon trainer coming up next, we're going to need full PP really. So Koga is up next. He's a bug poison type trainer pretty much. And he starts off with Ariados. So I could go for any of my moves here really. I can go for Icy Wind for super effective. Surf would do big damage as well. I mean, Icy Wind wasn't super effective, but the Ariados just uses the worst moves. It uses Spider Web, so it actually wastes a turn in my opinion. Fortress comes out. We're just going to go for Surf here. It's going to do half damage. He sets up spikes. Again, a wasted turn because we are not switching out our Pokemon. This is a solo run. Why would we need to switch out our Pokemon? You tell me. So Crobat comes out. Icy Wind is going to do super effective damage, but it's not enough to take it out in one. It takes it out in 2 hits, and we've got a lot of HP to work with for the Venomoth and the Muck. So Icy Wind, again, we're just going to go for that for the speed drops. We're going to go for Surf as well. And we don't get hit by any moves, so we've actually got fantastic luck against Koga here. Muck comes out, and I really wish that we'd have Psychic at this stage, but Psychic is locked in Kanto and Saffron. So unless you learn a Psychic type move via level up, which we don't until level 99, which is Future Sight, we have to use the moves that we have on hand. And there's no other Psychic moves, or at least damaging Psychic moves that we can use. Once we've beaten Koga, we can move on to Bruno. And this is really why I wished we had a Psychic type move. We do have Aeroblast, which will help us sweep, but we've only got 4 PP for it, so I need to pick and choose when I use it. The Onix is going to be easily taken out by Icy Wind or Surf. Like, for a Lugia, Bruno is just an absolute joke. He's just a stopping gap to get us some more experience, and we can pretty much sweep through quite easily. And then we get frozen by Hitmonchan. Of course we get frozen by Hitmonchan. And then he uses Fire Punch and defrosts us. It became a very weird matchup against the Hitmonchan. And out of all of his Pokemon, that Hitmonchan became the most tedious. When we come to the Machamp, we want to outspeed so he doesn't use Cross Chop. Aeroblast's the best move to use here. And we're not even level 15, we're halfway through the Elite Four. Hitmonlee goes down to a final Aeroblast and Bruno is defeated, leading us on to Karen. Now Karen is going to be a bit of a lottery. Umbreon is her first choice, which we don't have a good type matchup for with our moves. So we're going to have to hit it hard. It's a very bulky Pokemon. We want to hit it hard, we want to hit it fast. I sound like I'm talking with lines from a movie here, but we did not want to get Confuse Raid. That means that we're now taking a lot of damage. Feint Attack always hits. It's like the Dark type Swift. So we need to take out this Umbreon as quick as possible. We do have Recover to recover our HP. Murkrow is up next and it is weak to Ice. So we're going to go for Icy Wind. And it's a one-hit KO. Next up we have Houndoom. And we have Surf to take out this Houndoom. Is it going to do a one-shot? It's not a one-shot and he uses Crunch, which does big damage. So he's not looking in our favour so far. And she's got a Gengar next. If we get hit by Curse, I don't want to be... Yeah, we need to recover some HP. I don't want to be hit by Curse. Oh, hit Curse. Okay, we're going to hit with Surf. It doesn't do enough to take it out. I really should have went for Aeroblast there. I'm going to finish off with Icy Wind. We've got 72 HP to take on the Vileplume. And I may need to recover a little bit here. If Aeroblast didn't hit, it does and takes it out in one. Every single Elite Four member we have beaten first time. That just leaves Lance. And we don't have the greatest matchup against him. Yes, we've got Icy Wind. Yes, we've got Surf, which can take out a big majority of his Pokemon. But he starts off with Gyarados, and we don't have an answer for it. We're going to have to go with Aeroblast, which it's going to take 2 hits to take out. And thankfully he sets up the Rain. Perfect, because if he brings out his Charizard, that'll be a one-hit KO with Surf. Icy Wind is not enough to take out the low-level Dragonites, and he goes for Hyper Beam. So we are paralysed at the moment, so ideally being hit by Hyper Beam is not the worst thing. It means that, Blizzard is not good either. We don't want to be frozen. Icy Wind does big damage. We take it. We need to start healing up our HP. This is not looking good now. Aerodactyl is quite a speedy Pokemon, but we are also speedy. He goes for Rock Slide and takes us out. Our second reset of the entire run, and it comes to the champion. I'm not mad at that. It's just really annoying. So I did switch out Icy Wind for Blizzard. We need that extra damage coming from the Ice type moves. And because of that, Blizzard now takes out Dragonites in one. I should have done this on the first attempt, but I want to see how well Icy Wind actually did. It's not good enough in this circumstance. Blizzard is the more superior move. And we get through to the Aerodactyl, where it hits us with another Rock Slide. Blizzard is just doing tons of damage to his Pokemon. I have used all my PP ups on it. And next up is the Charizard, which we can just come... I should have went for Surf. I misclicked. When I'm doing these runs, I am usually watching something else and I'm smashing that A button trying to get through these fights as quick as possible. So yeah, I do misclick quite a lot, and that's the reason how it happens, is because I'm trying to speed run this in a way. Not in the sense of trying to beat a world record. But anyway, I digress. With that, we beat Lance and we enter the Hall of Fame with a Lugia, which I don't think anyone would have discounted would be possible. It is the legendary, box art legendary this generation. So with that, I want to know what time we did this in. Is it quicker than Sneasel? That's what we want to know. Let's find out. Boop, 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 boop. I like it when it does that noise, putting all the Pokemon on there. So, Lugia finishes the Elite Four at level 51, our lowest level yet, and at 3 hours 35 minutes it does beat Sneasel. At a much lower level, that was a quick run. If we didn't have the Rocket side quest in this, we probably could have taken a full hour off of that time. I really hate that Rocket side quest for that reason. I digress. We've seen how quick we've beaten Johto. Let's beat Blue and then let's beat Red and see the finalised time for this first 20 videos in the Johto Solo Runs. So going against Blue, we are level 59. Pidgeot goes down to 1 Blizzard, and it's going to be a similar situation for the Rhydon as well. It's especially defensively weak, and we can move on to his Alakazam. Now we still have Aeroblast. It's a physical type move and he's very physically weak. So it takes him out in 1, that's 3 Pokemon down, not a single bit of HP lost. And next up's the Gyarados, the thing that we don't really have an answer for. I could go and learn Funter, but I like this moveset. I like this moveset we've got. Next up is the Arcanine. Of course we're going to go for Surf, Rain Dances up. This should be a one-shot KO. If it's not, I'd be very surprised considering the rain is up. And we move on to Executor, which of course is weak to Ice-type moves. And there we go, that is how easy Blue is when using a Lugia. And that can help us move on now to the big challenge of Gen 2. We have Red and his team of level 80s and 70 Pokemon. How are we going to do here? So we've switched out our moves a little bit. We're going to go for Return and Curse strats. We do have Recover, so we can always get back some HP if we need. But Return is not enough at this level to take out the Pikachu in 1. I was very surprised at this considering our base 90 attack. But when we finally get the RNG a bit right, 2 Returns takes him out. Next up is the Blastoise. So I didn't think I actually needed too many curses to take out this entire team. Blizzard does do a lot of damage, but we do have Recover to help us out here. Return after we set up a few curses, does about half damage on the Blastoise, which isn't great. We thankfully survived getting hit by another Blizzard there. He hits us again, and we need to use 1 more Recover. Out of all of his Pokemon, the Blastoise was the more annoying one to face. But once he's used all of his Blizzards, we've PP stalled him out. A second Return will do more than enough damage to take out that Blastoise. Next up is Espeon. Espeon doesn't really have a good answer for us. And this is probably a better Pokemon to have set up the curses on. Psychic did get a critical hit there, which is why it did so much damage, but because our special defense is our highest stat, we're not going to take all too much damage from that Espeon. It's the safer Pokemon to set up on. And once we've got all of our curses set up, we're on half HP, the Reflector's gone, we're going to recover, get our HP back, and then start sweeping with Return. It's going to be a one-shot on this Espeon, with a critical hit as well to make sure, and we're onto the Snorlax. So this was the one I was most worried about because it's so defensively bulky. This is why we wanted Curse. So Body Slam doesn't do very much because we've set up curses and our defense is very high, but 2 Returns is more than enough to take it down. Charizard comes out next, and we have Surf if we really wanted to use it, but I'm going to go for Return because then we've set up our attack. And it doesn't do full damage. But now that is because the Reflect was still up. If the Reflect wasn't still up, we probably would have taken out in 1 very quickly. Recover has been our MVP move for this entire run, keeping ourselves healthy, giving ourselves that chance to pick the right moment to attack. And this just leaves the final Pokemon, which is Venusaur. So, it takes in Sunlight, we use Return, there is no Reflect up, and that means, with all that math put into it, Lugia finishes the game at level 66. We have the option to learn Swift at level 66, which is very weird, so we're not going to. And that is it. Lugia has completed Pokemon Gold Solo Run in it, and it's the first time we've ever got a Pokemon less than level 70. Let me just double check that because I'm not 100% sure what I've just said there. Yes, it is. It's the first Pokemon that is less than level 70 to complete the game. So I'm very happy with the outcome of this run. We finished it under 5 hours as well. Fantastic time. So yeah, this is the first 20 videos done on my Johto Solo Run challenges. I'm really interested to see what other Pokemon come up next. I'm really happy with that. We finished on Lugia for the 20th video. I want to see what we're going to start off with for the next 10. So let's go back to the wheel. Let's spin it. And let's see what comes up next time for the Johto Solo Run challenges. Okay, so let's see what we get next time. We've had a very easy run there with Lugia. I think we need a bit more of a challenge this time. So first up we have Furret. You know, I actually think Furret's going to be a lot better performing than people realise. Next up is, yes, Heracross, get in. Yes, I have been waiting for Heracross to come up. It is one of my favourite Gen 2 Pokemon. Last up is Xatu. Nah, we are doing a Heracross run. Very excited for this next one. We'll see what happens in this next video coming. And of course, guys, as we do with every YouTube video, please smash that like and subscribe button, you legends. And we'll see you on the next video with Heracross. Take care, guys. I appreciate yous.